Alright, I'm just making this video and I made this presentation and yeah, so it's called Boycotting Rockstar Games Online Component, a call for change in gaming standards. But yeah, no, I think before I get into the topic, I just want to point out that there's been a new release for the GTA 6 trailer. I can appreciate I guess it's the Tommy City reference. It was the blue shirt. Pretty cool. For Jason. And then the boxing necklace for Lucia. That's pretty cool. Must be like I don't know. She seems very combat driven, so it'd be good to see what kind of character. Or I mean, what kind of skill sets she has in terms of combat. Would be cool. Like this Draquan guy. He on initial assumption, I thought he was like kind of like a fraud, sort of like OG Loke. Kind of gave me that kind of impression because yeah, and however he seems more like a grounded character, knows what he wants, and what he knows what he wants. Seems like a very loyal companion to Jason and Lucia. I guess like if they needed anything, then he's down to help. And then Raul, he's a interesting character because his character profile on the Rockstar Games' website says, I think when you first start reading it, it says experience counts, and I think that's the main thing that stood out for me because experience counts, and I don't know, it's interesting because I feel like he's going to be the downfall of everyone. It's just him. I feel like he's going to be the cause, like, he's going to be the main, like, pivoting point of the game. And yeah, I'm going off my experience counts because he reminds me of Michael Bell a little bit, and has nothing to do with his looks or how he, nothing like that, but it's just going off experience counts because the thing with Michael Bell is that, you know, he's quite an evil character, and quite an evil character, not obviously morally far from being good. However, he was a pretty good shot. He did, like, you know, if work needed to be done, then he got the job done. Like, he was a pretty good shot. He was obviously very late, like, you know, out of control, but he was I won't deny him being a good marksman, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like Raul is a very interesting character in terms of that he's I feel like he'll be the Michael Bell for GTA 6. But yeah, this is the third slide, I think. Yeah. So this is GTA Online. So my experience with Red Dead Online and GTA Online, I've played GTA Online. Played with a friend of mine, and all we usually did was just drive around and talk. Like I didn't have to reach the point where I had to spend anything. Kind of just mucked around, and so that was fun. That was cool. Like, I don't have any beef with that. I didn't get to the point where I needed to get like shark cards or something or spend anything on transactions. So can't say I can complain much or say much about GTA Online. Red Dead Online, it was quite interesting. I was quite shocked, as in my overall experience or overall reaction to it is very shocking. I will admit I did have fun. I did have fun with the story missions that add to the story of Red Dead Online. So that was good. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed that. I put it in the wrong order, so I am guilty of purchasing gold bars, but I won't talk about that now. I'll talk about this. Surprisingly hard to make friends. I throughout my Red Dead Online experience, I've only made one friend, and it was just some random guy that I met in Strawberry, who just started talking to me, and then we just started talking and hanging out, and it was actually a pretty good time. Like, we did missions together. It was really fun. So I enjoyed his company. It was that was a good time. But with other times where I've tried to talk with other people during missions or something, um, it was very hard to make friends, or it's very hard to try and communicate with people. There'd be missions where I'd do with people and they won't really talk, or they would talk, but they would give a really sarcastic reply as to saying, they don't have a mic and whatever. But it's just, I find that very strange, and I don't know if that speaks on like the players who play it, or what, or is this what's kind of come about with online gaming? Like, because like, do I only have to play with people that I know, or just to have a good time, or and have that one rare chance where I get to meet someone who I can actually talk with, versus uh, you know trying to make friends and not really having any luck with the general population of the Red Dead Online players. So it's, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope that makes sense. But yeah, and then I find it very surprising with, like, spending hard-earned money that I've earned just to use it in as a currency in the game, just to purchase clothes or to get roles as a certain role. Like, I wanted to do the main reason, I'm not usually much of an online player. Like, I don't usually play online games, but I did one. The main thing I did want to do was to do the bounty hunter missions, which they seem really fun. So I was more interested in doing that, but I didn't know about, like, in terms of spending gold, and you had to spend gold. So I was really shocked when I rode all the way to Rhodes to go get my license as a bounty hunter, and then only to be told, like, you need gold, which is crap. That sucks. I hate that. That's yeah. And I would like to point out that I am guilty of purchasing gold bars. I did purchase some gold bars just to get the license for bounty hunter, and I will admit I have spent some gold bars on some clothes, some pieces of clothes that were in the game that looked pretty cool. So yeah, but I think the main problem that I have with it is that I started to get more ideas, and I was thinking, like, oh, like, I want to try to get gold bars for this, and the amount of time I was spending just to save more gold was really hard, because I spent just a lot of time on the game, which I found to be unhealthy. And the other thing I found a bit unhealthy was, like, I was thinking about, like, oh, I could save up money, like, use my money, save more money from work, and then spend it on gold bars, and then get this license, get that license, and yeah, that just I don't know. And on reflection, just doesn't really sit well with me. Not sure about you guys, but yeah. And yeah, I won't drone on about this too much, but this was like, as written, a very obvious missed opportunity for Red Dead Redemption 2 to have an Undead Nightmare. That Undead Nightmare. I mean, I have played some pretty good DLC games that, like, from God of War's one, I forgot, God of War Valhalla, I think that's what it's called. And that's the only one I can think of, but there are some other ones that I have played where I've enjoyed. Just can't think of them at the moment. But the main DLC, hands down, probably the best DLC I've ever played in terms of gaming, has to be Undead Nightmare. There was the Liberty City ones from GTA 4, but I just only played GTA 4, so I never really got to play Ballad of Gay Tony or The Lost and Damned. But Um, yeah, but if I had to compare a DLC, like probably the best DLC I've ever played has to be Undead Nightmare. Um, yeah, I don't know if when it comes to DLCs, I always find myself comparing it to that. I think it was just such a like a wacky kind of really good DLC. Has its own story, has as a DLC should, and horses, different enemy types, interesting side missions was just perfect. And yeah, this was a very sad opportunity, or a sad missed opportunity for Undead Nightmare 2. I don't think I'll ever get over this, but yeah. But I always have hope that one day it will happen, even though the game came out 2018 and it's 2025 now. But yeah, I'll move on to the next slide. So I don't know. I guess if this resonates with you, and then it would make sense as to why we should boycott. And yeah, so I guess I put in the wrong order, but definitely quality. I don't know. I can really appreciate quality about whatever product is made, especially with games, and quality over whatever Rockstar Games is trying to do. And clearly they're just trying to make more money as much as possible, which I guess that's fine, but it's not fine with having like missed out stories and great stories that could be told. Like that's not something that sits well with me. And then yeah, I don't know, just like kind of getting more money, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't really seem right with what they're trying to do. But yeah, I don't know, I do think it's the only way I can think of that would definitely help this cause is just simply by withholding money, and this will in turn give fans the power to have more of a say in like what they want, and it'll obviously cause some kind of obstacle for Rockstar Games, and they'll it will definitely make the heads turn. But yeah, I don't know. I think what the other things we can do is just playing single player modes, which yeah, so, and like not giving into shark cards and or gold bars that Red Dead Online has to offer. And yeah, look, I mean, if this is something that resonates with you and you feel like, oh yeah, this is kind of what I like, and then yeah, it would definitely help to spread awareness about it. Given that GTA 6 will be coming out soon, and I don't know how that game's gonna go, I know for sure that I'm very excited about it, and I don't know, I would really love a DLC, like a nice, like a good story to play. That's for sure. That's what I would like. So, yeah. I mean, that's too much to ask for now because, obviously they're still making a story, but, it's just, that's, as a fan of Rockstar Games, I feel like, it's a, it's a request. It's not an easy request, and I don't know, with whatever they're trying to do, obviously they have their, doing something else, but I don't think it's wrong to, like, have your say and say like, okay, like, this is what I would appreciate, or I would, and what I would appreciate is just good story. That's yeah, just really good story. That's all. Don't really care much about online. Don't really have much to really say about online anymore. Yeah, don't really think I'd probably go back to online for Rockstar Games. But yeah, no. Don't want to contribute to their shenanigans with microtransactions and whatnot. It's just too much. That's stupid, honestly. But yeah, look, if this resonates with you and you feel like this is something that you see yourself supporting, then you can try to help not only me but everyone else who wants the same thing as well. And that is yeah, just a simple hashtag. And if you have social media, then you can do it. I don't have social media. Just usually just use YouTube to, I don't know, just watch stuff. But don't use social media. But if you watch this and you feel like if you feel like you've resonated with the things that I've had to say, and if you would like to support the cause, then this is how you can do it. Just a simple hashtag: boycott Rockstar Online. Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye.